Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Destiny and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we're going to go ahead and start working with updating items from the cart. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure to drop a like, consider subscribing, as it really mean the world to me. And if you want to get a template, check out the links in the description. They should point you to the right direction to get a template. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Now the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and open up my backend logics. This is what we've got over here, and we need to configure this button just like we did in the other one. So over here in this button, remember we gave this one a class of delete products, but this one we're going to give it a class of update products. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this button thing. I could even just duplicate it and drop it at the top, and all I need to do is change up a couple things. This one is going to be refresh, right? And this one is going to be same thing, products ID. This one is going to be update products this time around. So update products. Okay, so I think that's pretty much what we want. I'm going to go ahead and comment this one out. And if we get back here and we refresh this, right now we don't have anything in the cart page. We'll go ahead and add something to the cart. I'm going to add that to the cart, and if we refresh this, okay, there is a problem. It says couldn't convert this to string. That's because we had a problem with this from before. But yeah, now we need to go ahead and actually clear out the cart. So we need to come over here. We need to open up the application. We need to open up this application over here, and we need to clear this out. So I'm going to say clear, and if we refresh, we should get a new type of error, okay, which is your cart is empty. Actually, that's not an error, just like a warning that we implemented before. So what I'm going to do is I could open this up and I could add from here. It should all work fine. It's just because that page was a page that we haven't fixed before. Okay, this is a problem. Now we should go ahead and fix this out. So I should come over to product detail. The problem is probably from the price. So we need to look for the price. I'm just going to look for dots price. This is it over here. And remember, we have this current product price dash p.id, right? I think that's what we want. So in the function JS, we need to make sure that we are grabbing that. So where is this? Let's look for that. Let's look for current product dash price, then index. So it's a class. Right now we added this. So if we try getting here, it says could not convert string to float. It's because right now it's an empty string, right? It's not adding the price. So I'm going to open this up. Actually, this is not what we are supposed to do in this video. We are just trying to fix this error, and I'm going to try adding to cart. Let's see, did it get a price? Okay, this is the problem. It's not getting the price. As you can see, it's not getting the price. So what should we do? This is current product price plus ID. It's not getting the price. That's the problem. So let's see what might be the problem over here. So if I comment this out and I refresh this, I should not see that. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is the problem. This is the problem. Now I'm still seeing that price over there, and that is not what I want. This is in a for loop. Yeah, that's the problem. That's not what I want. So what I want is this. I'm going to copy this product ID thing. I've seen the problem, and just alongside this price, I'm going to look for this one. This is one we are looking for, the one that's okay. Let's go up a bit. So this is the one we are looking for over here, this one. So this is the one we should give the class. So I'm gonna just come over here and I'm gonna paste that in the class. So right now this should be working well. So let's try accessing the cart again. We get this error. That's because we need to go ahead and clear out the cart this time around. I'm gonna come over to here and I'm gonna clear this. So if you refresh this now, we should not get any error. Okay, that's great. Now let's try adding to the cart again, but from the products detail, and make sure that the error is gone. So I'm gonna make this, let's just say we wanna make it 4 and 4, and I'm gonna add to cart. So we added it to cart. Now let's view out the cart. Okay, everything is working fine. We got 4 of this. So now when we click on this refresh button, we want to console log the ID of the products that we clicked on, just like we did with the delete. So when we click on this, we want to console log, we want to console this out. Okay, so how do we do that? Now we can open up our function JS, because that's where we'll be writing all this code. And it's going to be almost identical with the delete product. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy the delete product, and I'm simply going to paste it down here. Okay, and this one is going to be when we click on the update product. Okay, so on click on update products, We want to get data products, we get all this, but for now I'm going to go ahead and comment out this AJAX, and I want to console log the ID whenever I click on this button. So when I click on this button now, okay, not working, I'm going to hard refresh this and we click on this. Okay, but you notice now we are getting this, right? That's cool. So I'm going to uncomment this AJAX, and this one is going to be update cart, not delete from cart. So this one is going to be update cart. We get all these things, all this are going to be exactly the same thing. And right now we click on this wow, the hide. Okay, we click on this again, we keep getting that cart items count, cart list. Okay, I think this is what you want to do over here. Now let's go ahead and okay, there is just one problem over here, page not found. You know what, I'm gonna okay, that's because over here we have this update cart and there is no URL for that. Okay, so how do we do that? Firstly, we're gonna write a view, then we're gonna write a URL for it. So to write a view, it's gonna be almost the same thing with the one that we've written before. And what we could even do is go ahead and just copy this, because it's gonna be almost the same thing, and we're gonna paste it down here. So this one is gonna be update cart and not delete item. So updates underscore cart. Now we get the product ID, and we also want to get the quantity this time around, because that's what we're going to be updating. So I'm going to say quantity or p quantity, call it whatever you want. I'm going to say product underscore quantity should be equal to, then what do I want to do? I want to get the quantity. I'm going to say request dot get, then what do I want to get? I want to get a quantity qty. Okay, but there's one more thing that I would want to do, and that is get the quantity in the update products over here. So this is not just the things that I want to do, I want to go ahead and also get the quantity. So in the cart HTML, we got this input field number that has this value and all this. Now what I'd want to do is go ahead and let's see what we have over here. So we need to go ahead and get the class of that quantity. So how do we do that? Now take notes, in the carts list we already have an input field with number, right? All we are looking for is just to pass in a class with the product quantity and the ID, and we can grab it in AJAX or using AJAX. So how do we do that? Now over here, I'm just gonna get back here and I'm gonna give a class, and this one should be product dash quantity. So I'm gonna say product dash qty dash, and I'm simply gonna say I think that's p.id, that's what we call it, right? Or rather that should be product underscore ID. So product underscore ID, yeah. So when we pass this in, now we need to grab it over here. So to grab it, I'm just gonna say let's qty or product underscore quantity, let product underscore quantity be equal to, then I want to grab that, so it's dot product dash qty, then this, so we need to concatenate it with the product ID, and hopefully you guys already know how we've been doing that. I'm just gonna come over here and I'm gonna say plus, then I'm gonna pass in the product ID. Simple as that. We get it, we are getting it now. So we need to also pass in that over here. So this is gonna be qty and this is gonna be product quantity. Okay, so we are getting all these things now. That's pretty much what we need. And so in the views.py, remember we tried getting this quantity thing, so we did request.get quantity, which is this over here. So whatever you call this, that's what you want to call this if you want to import it. Okay, so now that we've done that, I think that's pretty much what you want to do with importing. Now let's take a close look at this code over here. We said if cards data object and request session, and if product ID and request session cards data object. Now we said card data should be equal to request session. We get a card data. Now this time around we are not deleting, so you want to get rid of this. We are not deleting. All we are doing is incrementing based on the quantity. Okay, so how do we do that? Now remember this thing that we did over here from the add to cart. So I'm going to look for the add to cart. Let's see. Remember this thing that we did over here? I could copy this. I'm going to copy that and I'm going to get back here. But instead, I don't want to confuse you guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and type that out myself. So I'm going to say cart underscore data this should be equal to, or not equal to, what nothing, but what you want to do is get the ID of the product. Okay, so I'm gonna say str and I'm gonna say request dot get. Then what we're getting is the ID, right, which is this one over here, which might be 4 or 5 or 6 or whatever. So when we get the ID of the product, what we simply do is go ahead and also get the quantity. Okay, so the quantity should now be assigned equal to the new quantity, which is product underscore qty that we have over here. So hopefully you understand. Now what this line over here means is, let's say we had 3 quantity before, it's gonna get that, and it's gonna get the quantity that we have, and it's gonna assign it to this new quantity that we are grabbing onto over here. So remember, this new quantity that's linked to this quantity that we have over here, that's linked to this one over here, that's linked to the one we have in our HTML where we could pass in 4 or 5 or whatever. So that's what we are getting and updating it with the existing quantity. As simple as that. So now we redefine the prices, because definitely the price is going to change. Product ID or PID, call it wherever you want. In request.cart session, items, cart total amount should be equal to the same thing. Then context, we render exactly the same thing. And data context, yeah, I think that's it. So now let's create a URL for it. So I'm gonna copy these 2 things and I'm just gonna put them down here. Put this one down. Now this one is gonna be update cart, and for this one, remember I call this update cart, so that's I want to call it the same thing over here. So I'm gonna say update dash cart, and this one is gonna be update dash cart. So whatever is it that you called here should be the same thing with whatever you have here. Okay, so yeah, that's it. We want to also change up the view. So this one is going to be update underscore. Did I call that from cart or just cart? So updates, this is supposed to just be update cart, not from cart. Okay, so this is supposed to be update cart. Okay, so I guess that's pretty much it. Now there is a problem, just one. It says cannot import. Yeah, there is a problem with this. We need to get rid of this over here. Hopefully you fix that for yourself too. And now it says update cart is not defined. Okay, let's see over here. We need to import it from core.views import update carts. Okay, I think this should work now. Yeah, it's working perfectly well. So now what we could do is go ahead and try updating a product. So when I come over here, I'm gonna refresh this, and firstly I'm gonna click on this. Let's see if we got any error. So yeah, there's an error. It says illegal invocation. Okay, there's a problem. Let's see. Okay, I'm very sure that some things must be missing over here in our code. Now let's take a close look and see. So I'm gonna console log the product quantity. So I'm gonna say product quantity, and this one is gonna be product qty. So for now I'm gonna just comment out as AJAX, because it looks like the problem is coming from when we send something to the server. Now I'm gonna hit this. So we get this product quantity 10, cool, but we are not getting the value. So I want to get the value. So with the value now, that's what we have. So now let's go ahead and what's this? I'm gonna put back what we got over there. Product underscore ID. So now we refresh this. Now let's see if we hit this. Now we get undefined. Okay, that means it can't get the product quantity. That's interesting. Okay, I think if you take a close look, you see that we have 2 classes here, and that's going to be throwing an error. So we only need to have 1 class in an element. Okay, so I'm simply going to put the class in that one, and I'm going to get rid of this duplicate class. And now let's try hitting this. Okay, we get product quantity 1. How about we hit another 1? Now we get 11. How about we put 311? Okay, now we're getting the product quantity. So should we comment out this AJAX again and see if this actually works? Okay, I think I need to change this URL back to cart. I messed around with it before. So now if we hit, okay, let's say I want to put 3 products over here, and I hit this. Okay, it's working perfectly well. Now as you can see, it changed from from 20 to $30 because the price is 10 and it multiplies that and increases the price over here. So now one thing that I'd want to do is go ahead and add in this refresh button. I want to add the same button in the cart list, okay, so that we could also update from over here. So in the cart list, I'm just gonna look for the button and I want to shift that. Okay, this is the button over here. So what I could do is just highlight, get rid of it, and paste what I've copied. Great. So now let's refresh this one more time. We have 3. How about we want to change this to 14 products and refresh? What do you notice? $70, and that's increased over there. Great, right? 12, and as you can see, it's 12. Let's say we want to increase this one 12. Okay, that's it. Everything is working perfectly well, and I think that's gonna be it for this video. Hopefully you're not getting any error, and if you're getting an error, just drop a comment in the comment section below and I'll be there to help you out. Okay, so I think that's gonna be it for this video. We wrote the views, we worked with the URL, we worked with the template, and we worked with the AJAX. So in the next video, we're gonna go ahead and start working with, let's see what we have in the e-commerce platform backend. Okay, yeah, we're gonna be starting out with the checkout. So we're gonna create a new page. When we hit this proceed to checkout, we're gonna go to a new page that's gonna get all those products, save it to the database. But right now we won't be saving it to the database yet. I think we're gonna be saving it in the database in the 29th one. So from next one, this is it over here, checkout page. Then we're gonna create new URL and we're gonna start working with PayPal and all that. Okay.